Welcome to the online orientation for PSYC2103 Human Development for spring semester 2021 with your instructor, W. Edgar McGee, Jr. You'll notice in the syllabus I've got a lot of initials out after my name, but none of them mean I have a doctorate, so you would just simply address me as Mr. McGee. Let's get into this. If you're new to West Georgia Technical College, you may or may not be aware that there is a course agreement form you have to fill out before you can see the lesson materials on the lesson button. If you click here first without filling out the course agreement form, you'll get this notification that you need to go back here to the syllabus area, at which point once it loads you can fill out this form. Be aware that when you click on that link, you're basically opening a test. You have to agree to all of the statements and then hit submit before it'll open everything up. In other words, you have to score 100 before it'll open it up. If you don't agree with something, please contact me immediately. So let's go back here. Once you load the Lessons button, you'll have a folder here called Lessons that you'll click on, and it'll take you to this screen. First, I want to point out we have this first folder called Respondus. This is the lockdown browser. You'll need it for week number 8, which is the week we cover Chapter 9, because the Chapter 9 quiz is a proctored event. It is scheduled, since this is an online class, for you to use Respondus, provided you have a computer with a camera, a webcam. So either a desktop with a webcam as an external device or a laptop that has a webcam built in. If you don't have either of those, you'll have to go to the West Georgia Technical College library nearest you and schedule an appointment to show up and take the test with them. So just be aware of that caveat. Now, don't ask me for help with Respondus, because all I know how to do is click on a link that says this is a Respondus test. So when you go into Respondus folder, you'll see the places where you can download stuff. You have these individual folders in here, one for the lockdown browser and one for the Respondus Monitor that gives you more information about them. For example, if you go into Respondus Monitor, you'll see that not only does it have the link to the thing, but there's also this document here that'll help you. And right down here is the link for Respondus support, and this is where you need to go to get help for all things Respondus. So that being said, let's go back to our lessons. The next link you'll see is the Q&A discussion board, where you can get help from peers and that type of thing, as well as from me, but peers might actually happen to be able to help you quicker. The next one is the MindTap folder. This is only for the ebook users. If you do not purchase the ebook, then you don't need to worry about that, because all of the graded content is in Blackboard itself and not in the Cengage site. If you bought your textbook as an ebook using MindTap, you'll have to connect everything together. That way, if you run into problems, you'll contact, right here it says, Cengage Technical Support, and more information in there. Again, you only need it if you have the ebook. Then the discussion board information, this is referred to in the syllabus where I went over this. I just wanted to make sure you are familiar with this first line here, which says your initial post has to be a minimum of 150 words, and a proper response is a minimum of 100 words. You have to respond to 3 students, each response being at least 100 words. This goes over the C method and the ABC method for making your respective responses. Please read that. Let me know if you have any questions. The grading rubric is there for your perusal as well, so you see how I grade your discussion boards. Here is the APA formatting resources. Good news for those of you that have had me before. We no longer use the 6th edition of APA formatting. We now use the kinder, gentler, more user-friendly version, the 7th version. So you'll want to click on here and find this wealth of information with directions and guides, and most importantly, understand big changes. We do not have to use the running head anymore, nor do we require an abstract for your document. So just be aware of those changes. Read through that, make sure you understand what's going on. There's only one assignment in this course that requires APA formatting, and that is the term paper. Here is the observation report folder and then the term paper folder. I will have separate videos coming next week where I will go over with one video the observation report and another one the term paper. Then you'll see we have just the chapter 1 folder. Each week a new folder will open up. Once a folder is open, it stays open for the entire history of the course. For chapter 1, we're going to go in here and just look at how things are organized. For some reason, these images keep coming and going. MindTap or Cengage Learning is doing something that keeps making it come and go. It's not a big deal. The links still work. So the first thing you'll see is I have these PowerPoint handouts. I make those available to you. Those are what I would use in a face-to-face lecture class. So that gives you some information there in addition to what's in your book. Other supplemental stuff that may also prepare you better for the exam, and some of the test questions may come from these contents, are these videos. So I'm not going to monitor how much time you spend in here or whether you look at everything or not, but you are still responsible for the content whether you watch the videos or not. Okay, so plan your time accordingly, but these will help you understand, especially this one from the TV show The Office on classical conditioning, help you understand that concept a whole lot better than the textbook does. So you might want to make sure you take advantage of those. Again, here are all the links to Cengage. If you don't have the ebook, you can just skip right over it. If you only have the ebook, then you'll need to click on those links to do your work for the week as far as your reading and studying for chapter 1. If you have the paper, or otherwise known as hard copy version of the book, you just read from your textbook. You also have your weekly discussion that will show up, and then at the very bottom underneath that will always be the chapter quiz. Most weeks you do have a discussion board, but there are a few weeks that do not, as indicated in your syllabus. So make sure you pay close attention to the syllabus. You'll also notice we have the link here for Upswing Tutoring. It's very important that you take advantage of the tutor for your term paper. This is the only way to ensure that you get 100. I have people every semester, including last semester, no matter how many times I tell people to use the tutor, that refuse to use the tutor, then get mad at me when they don't make 100 on their paper because they don't have the APA formatting correct, or they skipped something, or they didn't answer a question correctly, or their grammar causes them points. Please use the tutor. It's free to you. And so you might as well take advantage of it, and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So please take advantage of that. Finally, I want to talk about My Grades. You will need to go into the course site to click on My Grades to see the grading rubrics that I use. So you'll scroll down here. For example, with the discussion board, after you have a grade here, you can click on View Rubric. It'll pop this window up and let you see any comments that I have. Now, you won't see that in this view. You'll have to click here on List View and it will show you the information. Now, I have not graded it, so there's no additional information. You can also click here for Show Feedback, and it would show you then what information I have given you under each section. If you need to a refresher as to what I'm looking for in each section, you can always click on Show Description. Okay, so hopefully that will help you be prepared for using that after you do your first discussion board. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call or a text message. You have my phone number as posted in your syllabus. Make sure you read over the revised syllabus. This is the latest revision as of January 5th, 2021. And so the one I sent out last week has some incorrect information that I have rectified and straightened up things for clarity, and again pointed out in the week 6 where the proctored event Chapter 9 quiz is due. So please make sure you take care of this and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.